I'm here with the inimitable Adam Hughes. Now, your next project is All-Star Wonder Woman, the third in the All-Star series. Can you tell us a little bit about the overview of that?
Wonder Woman coming to America for the first time, just done in the wacky, non-continuity All-Star, universe. And I'm doing everything myself. I'm writing, penciling, and inking, and the progress is glacial, but hopefully someday it'll come out and people will like it.
Can we expect to see Steve Trevor in this?
Oh, he's a major part of the story. In a lot of ways, it's his story. My personal view on Wonder Woman is that she might not be quite as wonderful and amazing if you can see her, thought balloons, and she's going, loaf of bread, stick of butter, gallon of milk. Right, got it. I find that these larger-than-life characters are more often than not come across as more larger than life when they're viewed through the eyes of someone else. Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross's Marvels was a good example of that. The characters seem much more larger than life when you're not privy to their inner quirks.
When you're not deconstructing them, basically.
Exactly, and in my story, Steve Trevor is sort of the audience's guide through the story.
Now, while you're working on this, are you going to still be doing covers for other books, or is this going to take up pretty much all your time? Nope,
no more covers. All-Star's taken so long because I stayed on Catwoman covers and I did many other side projects for DC Comics. We just all agreed that why don't I just focus on All-Star without any distractions?
You'll be doing the All-Star Wonder Woman covers, of course.
Yes. I'm going to try to do as much All-Star artwork as I possibly can, and that's covers, ads, posters. I just want it to be an entire experience.
Any of the classic villains coming back? The Cheetah, anyone like that? Artemis?
The answer is yes and no, but it's a lot of the classic characters are going to be in it. I'm treating it in the same way that, say, the Batman animated series, treated the Batman universe. You treat it as sort of a giant 60-year salad bar, and you go because you're in your own continuity. You can pick the bits you like the best that serve your story's purposes the best, and you can leave the stuff behind where you're going, all right, well that's some continuity baggage that I don't really want to carry, or I'd have to really change my story to make that fit. I'm just going to go through and pick all the characters that I really like, but. We've got Wonder Woman, we've got her mother, we've got Artemis, we've got Steve Trevor, we've got Etta Candy. I want, people who've been reading Wonder Woman since the 40s to go, oh yeah, look, there's a lot of the great characters. I feel my obligation is to Wonder Woman fans, and everybody's like, is the invisible plane going to be in the story? And I personally don't like the invisible plane. I think a woman in her underwear soaring through the clouds in the seated position can't get any sillier. When George Perez gave Wonder Woman the power of flight, it was the most correct thing anybody had done in the DC universe in 40 years. But I feel like I should try to include the invisible plane in the story for the sake of the fans. I want to try to include it and have people go, oh, okay, cool. He managed to work it in. When I watched the Dark Knight film that came out this summer, and there's all these little moments where I'm going, that's from Dark Knight Returns. That's from year one. I went, okay, those guys did their research. They know their comics.
And they get away with doing a little bit of changes because they at least respecting the source material.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I want to approach All-Star Wonder Woman, is do my take on Wonder Woman that I came up with for doing the covers for 5 years, but really try to provide something for the fans to go, okay, it's the same in many ways, it's a little bit different in other ways, but he respected the material.
Costume changes at all, or are we going classic Wonder Woman?
Yes to both. You can't change Superman's costume. It doesn't work, okay? You can make the S bigger, you make the S smaller, short cape, long cape. You really don't mess with it. Right. Batman you can play around with. Is he blue? Is he black? Short ears, long ears, yellow, gray, whatever you want. Wonder Woman's really interesting because as long as you've got red, yellow, and blue with white stars, you can get away with anything. Donna Troy's, Wonder Girl's classic, young Teen Titans costume, where it was just the little, sort of toga, Stella type of thing. It was just a red shirt with a gold eagle on it. The great thing about Wonder Woman is you can play with her costume as much as possible, and as long as it's made from the same material, meaning the red, yellow, blue with the white stars, it still reads as Wonder Woman.
As long as you're including the same elements.
Exactly.
It's definitely recognizable.
I'm gonna have the classic Wonder Woman outfit in the story. as much as possible. I've come up with, I think, a reason why she wears it, which is pretty cool. I know Perez had a great reason, and but I think I've come up with a good one for me. But I want to have lots of costume changes because I think that one, it's kind of fun. Two, I don't really look at superheroes as like I did when I was a kid, where I'm going, oh, superheroes do this, superheroes do that, superheroes wear costumes, blah blah blah. I don't see Wonder Woman as a superhero. I see her as this sort of like mythological character that ends up coming to man's world, and she has this outfit that she wears. It's, maybe it's a uniform, but that would be like you or I going, oh, today I must dress like a comic book artist, or I must dress like a fan today. It's like
a baseball player wears uniform every day.
Yeah, it's like he wears a uniform because that's his job. I don't think Wonder Woman wakes up in the morning and goes, oh, I'm a superhero, I have to wear a costume. I think Wonder Woman would go do her thing even if she was wearing, robes from Paradise Island. So I think that there needs to be a story reason why she dresses in that particular outfit. But I want there to be costume changes. I want there to be armor. I hate Alex Ross because he came up with the coolest design, and I can't top that, and I'm having the hardest time trying to do it. But I have a lot of friends who are cosplayers, and they love to dress up as Wonder Woman, and I go, I just want to give them something to wear. I want to give them something to wear at Dragon Con in San Diego.
And I see you're drawing now. Finally, how's the thumb doing?
Thanks for asking. My thumb is about 70% back to where it was. I had an accident, fell at Heroes Con back in June, and it's the end of September now. I only started drawing again about 2 weeks ago. So this is my first convention where I'm back sketching, and
it's a good test for the thumb.
It's a good test. My thumb is really tired right now. It hurts to draw, but I'm cycling through, and I'm on a strict regimen of pills and alcohol. So. Which certainly doesn't make anything better, but I don't care as much. So
solves pretty much any problem. Well, Adam, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.